back live. This is Chiefing with the Chief, open Q&A. Give people a chance to get in, and then we're going to start trying to get some callers in here to ask some questions. So we got 79. When we get to 100 people, then if you want to come up, flip me a thumbs up. 92, 4, 97, 99, 97, 100. So flip a thumbs up and we'll start this off. Yep. The first one. Cash Swahili, you next. Cat Dragon, I invited you. I'll give you a couple more seconds to come in, then I'm gonna go take in Cash Swahili. Come on, Kesha.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing. It's still black to me. I can see you, but it's all right. So the question I want to ask,
Mm-hmm.
you had stated that those who look like us, that are not us, the hidden hand, they possibly came from two places. One of you said is outer space. Can you elaborate on that for me if you have any more information on that?
Well, it's deductive reasoning. If they're not from Earth, then there's two places they could come from: a
Mm-hmm.
laboratory or space. That's what I was talking about earlier. And the reason I was saying that is because in the Bible, Yahweh is telling the so-called Israelites that he's going to give them something called a promised land. All of the land is divided up among the 12 daughters of Isis, which
Mm-hmm.
made up the original 12 earth tribes.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever they from, laboratory or outer space, I'm indifferent to. I'm only concerned with the reality that they don't belong here, right? And I was using that to express that if they don't belong here, right, why the hell they here?
Right.
So
Okay.
we got to get rid of them. So that's the context that I was using those 2 points of reference. To add to that, where the outer space theology comes from traces back to the Anunnaki and the Sumerian tablets and what they call the divine right of kings.
Okay.
Okay, so the divine right of kings say that you cannot rule in the Anunnaki kingdom unless you have Anunnaki blood. So this is the pretext by which they claim extraterrestrial involvement in the development of human affairs.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Did I answer? Did I answer?
You gave me more information. And again, forgive me if my comprehension at the moment is kind of like I'm trying to figure out, is it the physical side of things or is it the spiritual side of things? Because we're physical vessels, but we are much more than that. And I'm trying to figure out which, if that makes any
Yeah.
sense.
So from the physical side, we just discussed. In order to discuss it spiritually, we now change all of those nouns into energies.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I
and,
want to get into.
and we
I'm going.
read it as a signature of energy, which will deliver more information to the subconscious than if you only read it as the nouns.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
got to remember everything has a numerical value. Now we're talking gematria and numerology.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has a color code. We're talking color psychology,
Okay.
right? Everything has a frequency. Now we talking electromagnetism
Mm-hmm.
and a vibration. Now we talking frequency again,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when you look at and you use all of these different uh, tools to translate the 3D reality to see what the spiritual world is telling you in the physical world.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes, sir.
you use it as mirrors to each other. So on the physical side, you got the person, place, or thing. On the
Mm-hmm.
spiritual side, you got the number, you got the frequency, and you have the vibration. Then the
Mm-hmm.
law of hermetics say know that all things are vibrations. Each
Mm-hmm.
is an extension of itself, right? Also in
Mm-hmm.
the hermetic philosophy, it says there is a law called the law of polarity. That's 2 points by which a frequency oscillates, right? In physics, there's something called the law of entropy, which if there is a thing that is sending out a frequency, it dissipates as it loses energy. It's called entropy.
Okay.
In music, the sound, as it gets further away from the source, begins to go silent because of entropy, which in sound is dissipation.
Space. Okay.
Right. So my
Okay.
flux flow capacity is nothing short of mastery. That's why these rotten bastards be endlessly after me, hoping tragedy capture me or eating off to destiny. But the rest of these baby G's are hoping I awaken these other seeds.
That's right. I know that's right. Thank you so much, Uncle. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Did I answer you good enough? Was you able to put
Yes, sir.
your perspective to what you was asking? Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. All right, sweetie. And we'll take another caller.
Right. Thanks. Love you.
Okay. Love you too, sweetie. Okay. There we go. Come on, Mike. I like it when the OGs come up. We be chopping it up like we've been knowing each other for 100 years. Michael Phoenix.
What's
Where
good?
you at? There you go. What's up, G?
What's up, man?
You
Hey,
got it.
yeah, you good, man? Yep. Hey, yeah, I had a question for you, man. With all these people jumping over the border, you know what I'm saying? Uh, they are military age. You know, only thing they need is a green card and be able to speak English, and they can join the military. Do you think our people, you know, the young guys need to be in the military? Just so because like in 5 years these foreigners they're high
Look,
rank and they'll be the ones in
in
charge.
5 years, look, in 5 years, this is going to be an entirely different looking
Right,
land.
right,
Let me tell you this. Pay attention. When we get done taking our shit back, we're going to all be rich. My
right,
question is, who going to work?
right, right.
What we going to do about the labor pool? Right?
Yep, yep.
So I'm not too much concerned with them people crossing the border because Big Mama here and nature's going to call people from all parts of the world to this land.
Right,
So it doesn't surprise me and it don't faze me. Because if I look at it from the worst case scenario, they just gonna be feeding them motherfuckers to the Bloods, the Crips, the Vice Lords, the GDs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
They
and
ain't got no.
we so we ain't really worried about
Right.
that.
Right. Right.
That's the scare tactics used by the political establishment to make us think that the motherfucking enemy is at the door when all the time the enemy is laid up in Big Mama house watching TV with his feet up in her bedroom like he belonged there.
Right. Right.
And they telling us the enemy is at the gate. No, he ain't at the gate, motherfucker. He in the house
Right.
pretending to be one of us.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, that was just, a thought, man, because, like I say, we always going to have warriors in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So,
Look, when they brought the Mongolians over here, they had a similar culture to some of the tribes. And they was using them in negotiations. This is why they was using presidential decree to make Mongolians chiefs. You
right.
can't make that's not how chiefs is made from the land.
Right.
Anyway, when they came to negotiate on behalf of the Dirty Moors, they looked at our culture so similar to ours, and this is when we start saying pale face speak with forked tongue. The establishment make you think that they say that they lying. That's not what it means.
Right.
They speak for themselves and they speak for somebody else.
Right. They double talking basically.
Yeah. When they spoke to us after the peace pipe, right? You can't lie to us and smoke the peace pipe. This is why it was part of the tradition and the custom.
Right.
And when they tell the story, they have to tell us who sent them and what they want. And then they got to find out, well, since you came, what do you want?
Right.
They got two different agendas. The Mongolians, and you will see them now as the $5 Indians that's always talking about us, the ones that look like us,
Right.
right? They are aware and they supported us against the colonizers who brought them here. And they the ones right now that look like Mongolians, but talking about the nappy-haired, brown-skinned Mississippians that was already here,
Right.
right? And the ones who took sides with the colonizer, you know them because they filthy rich.
Mm-hmm.
They all own casinos,
Yeah.
right? And if you trace back the origin of gambling, you end up in Babylon under the money magic system. The rule to gambling is the house never lose.
Right.
None of the parishioners or none of the customers are allowed to cheat, but that don't apply to the house.
Right. Yeah.
All of the slot machines is coded to tell them how much money to collect before they pay out a dime.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? And they never allowed to pay out more than they took in.
Right.
Right? So the house never loses. This is the Babylonian money magic gambling secret.
Right.
Now, my uncle, Uncle Vern, used to run a gambling house, and there's another way for the house to always win. They call it taking a cut. When the house take a cut, they ensure that neither side will have an unfair advantage at that point. You're going to play according to how the cards fall or how the dice roll.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I get a cut, because at my establishment, I enforce this rule.
Right.
This is why they crush local gamblers like my uncle from doing it, and then they allow big corporations to build casinos and allow them to do it with permission.
Right.
Remember, a license is the approval to do something that's otherwise illegal.
Right, yeah.
Why do we need a license to drive then?
Right. Shouldn't.
Why do we need a builder's license to build?
Shouldn't.
Because look, we in a police state.
Right.
And the police is the occupying force, extension arms throughout all of our communities. The headquarters is the military industrial complex that finally gained control under Dwight D. Eisenhower in a forced contract. We don't have to honor the contract for two reasons. One is fraud, and two is duress. You forced this man into signing this contract, and it put all of us in peril. Therefore, we don't have to honor it.
Right.
Right? So when you're looking at why in the 70s, all of the activist groups was robbing banks. But you got to go back to when the settlers came and they generated bank robbers called outlaws.
Right.
But who banks was these motherfuckers robbing? Because wasn't no central bank back then.
They was stealing from Big Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Big Mama banks forced to shut down, and now they can start what they call FDIC insured banks through the central banking system.
Right.
Now, Big Mama had to close her vault. We in a warlock. For the people that be wanting to know how the desettling of the banking system to instill a central bank is done, it's a book called The Confessions of an Economic Hitman who worked for the International Monetary Fund. Right? This is where you can see how they was trying to destabilize the colony. The reason they got coinage with the Indian lady and the eagle on it, or the chief and the buffalo on it, is because those were tribal coins. The tribes knew if the money was funny money or if the money was legit money by whose picture was on the money. Who picture on your money? Not right now.
They got the presidents, the dead presidents on there.
Yeah. And the question is, why put a dead president face on your currency? The currency is the current that you see.
Right.
If you don't know how the energy moves through the community, you can't successfully trap dollars. Therefore, you can't bank on nothing. And on both sides of the currency, or the current that you see, is a riverbank. So you following the flow of the energy, and you monitoring it by how the people use the currency. And if you look between two banks in any direction, you're going to find stores most of the time. Because when you leave the bank, you got to get shit.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm going to stop at this store, and this store. Now, they got us really tricked with this thing called ATMs. Because now, half of the stores got a bank in them. All of the banks to a certain perimeter around the bank is the jurisdictional territory of the banker. Well, we call it bank security. If you go in the bank and you start raising hell, the manager gonna come out, and who he bringing with him? Security. Right? And security will bust a cap in your ass about this currency. So whose life is worth fiat? A dead president.
Yeah. Right.
Why? Because he already dead. He has no current intrinsic value. So the only way for him to hold value is to put his face where it can continuously be seen and recognized. Now you can use the face to influence the flow of the currency.
Deep.
It's all a psychological manipulatory tactic.
Right.
Right? They got us because remember, we was never the consumer. We was always the producers of the world.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, now we are consumers. What happened? Central banking,
Right. Yep.
the Federal Reserve Act, the Buck Act, right? The Internal Revenue Act, the Social Security Act. All these is acts, but nobody know what an act is.
Right.
It's a part in the play, a scene. So now they passing acts, which mean they approving a script.
Right.
Right.
Now we the players and
Yeah. And none of us know we playing in the charade. Now check this out. In the game of charades, how is it played?
with the person not
Acting out
something without saying it. Right.
right. And then you got to figure out what
he's actually
message is by the movement signs that the person playing charades is giving you.
Right.
Right. But they can't say nothing. That's the Fifth Amendment. Right. What are they amending? What is an amendment?
The amendment is when they damn, I can't even think of it. Like,
so if you forget to write something in your term paper at school, your teachers, your professors say you can amend it by adding 2 more pages to the end. Just type it on. Right. Yep. So what did they tag it on to?
They tagged
it Constitution, on. Right?
Yeah.
And what's the Constitution? The Constitution of a thing tells us the layout of how a thing is supposed to work.
Right.
An instructional manual. In this case, is for allowing the operational government to operate. If you don't know how you're supposed to operate, how are you going to function?
Right.
Now, how do you keep the average Joe from understanding what the Constitution is? You write it in legalese, a dead language, to match your dead president. And they use in legalese because the commoner is not taught legalese. Because that jurisdictional authority goes to the Barristers Association, which is the barristers of England, which are the royal family members, and their royal rank is called honorables and esquires. And they work for the lords.
Right.
The lords are the ones who govern over the land. In wartime, you under admiralty jurisdiction after an invasion in which you come from the water. In order to overtake the land and to assert the jurisdiction of the admiralty, you have to stake flags throughout the land. Right?
Right.
What do they do at the crime scene? Don't they put numbers on the ground and little cones and right?
Right. Yep.
The salvage expedition, right? How do we come to that? Because they are using salvage right law in place of the law of the land.
Mm-hmm.
By using the salvage rights law, they can implement something called a squatter's right, right? A squatter is equivalent to a person sitting on the curb so the police know where to come,
Mm-hmm.
right? So while they seizing, right, their booty, they spoil of war was the land that they came to take from the original inhabitants.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the original inhabitants can fight them in bloody war, or we can stave them off until the close of the age. The elders thought it was wiser to fight the Kandra War and stave them off to the close of the age than it would be to continue bloody warfare,
Well, yeah.
which gives us our George Washington 200-year challenge,
Right.
right? So while you got 5 civilized tribes holding the bear, you got 5,000 tribes with eyes on the problem. Who gonna
Right.
win?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It looked as if the legal fiction was winning, but looks can be deceiving.
Right.
Because at any given moment, one of the chiefs is going to exercise the blood and the right to restore the tribes back to their original status prior to the colonization and infiltration. Right? And when that happened, then we win, they lose, they surrender everything they stole, and they can't pay us reparations because they owe us everything.
Right.
Where they going to get it from? Because once we in power, money has to have substance.
Right.
And once money got substance, then they fiat, it becomes monopoly money.
Right. It's paper. Just paper.
Yep. So you cash in from the game, you got to go where?
You gotta go
To the
past.
bank.
Yeah.
And the bank is the window in every casino.
Right.
And that means that every casino is under who jurisdiction? International
Right.
banks, the central banking system. Everywhere there's a bank is their jurisdictional control to secure with security,
Right.
right? And for the ones at large that they call the trustees on the plantation, the Negroes with the meritorious manumission, as long as they got their free papers.
Mm.
What's your free papers? Today they call it your driver's license, your identification card, your passport, or your social security card. Right? Them your free papers. Why none of them so-called billionaires need none of that shit?
Right.
How do they travel where they don't need none of it? Private.
Private. Right. Through the states.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's deep, bro. You went all the way in.
You gotta understand how it works in order for it not to work on you.
Right. True that. True that.
Because once
Yeah.
you know what the trick is and you know how the magic trick work, you ain't no longer
Right.
fascinated by it.
Right. It's no longer an illusion. That's real though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I just had that little basic question for you, man. You went all the way in, gave us a lot more. I appreciate it. You know, I just wanted to know your opinion on it because it's been up in the talks around town, people talking and concerned about it. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't worried about them.
Yeah.
Either way, they gonna either be food for us or they gonna be allies to us. So either way,
Right.
it don't matter to me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
All
Yeah.
right. I'm gonna take another call, bro. Appreciate you coming up.
All right, man. I appreciate the talk, man.
For sure.
Yep. Peace. Yep.
Panther Squad. Fuck around. Tupac pop up here. I'll be laughing like a motherfucker. Right now, you have to come on in, or I'm gonna have to find somebody else. Hey, I'm trying to invite people in, so make sure that you check if you flip me a thumbs up, because if you don't come up after a couple seconds, I'm just gonna go to the next one I see. Prestigious Jade.
Hey, my bad, Rod. 1 second. Let me get it fixed real quick. All right, Rod. What's going on,
What's
man?
up with you, Chief? What's going on?
Oh, man, just listening to you on this live, man. I'll be listening to you all the time, man. Be getting a lot of knowledge from you. You
Sure, for
definitely be
sure.
putting it down.
What you up?
Yeah,
What can I help you with today?
uh, okay. So, what's the phase going on right now, man? Because I know it's been a long, outdrawn battle with this whole process thing. I know y'all working. You got people working on the back side of things. So, like, what can you break down like the phase of like what's happening so we can like what I'm saying overcome all the bullshit that we've been going through.
Look, we in reconstitution of government. The matriarchy is forming in our face. You know, that's what it is. As the sisters begin to make their links with each other and know how to allocate the resources to help the most people, right? Once they get done doing what they had to do, we home free after that. And they working. Tribal mothers from across the land been reaching out, not just to me, because quite a few of us, but eventually it's going to come to the point where we all finally got the right mothers together that has the blood and the right. And a lot of people feelings going to be hurt because they don't all look the same.
Yeah, I know you be talking about that a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I actually did like listen to like an audio of the book Emerald Book of Thoth, something like that, and it mentioned like the other beings that came, and they was like the negative force or whatever.
Yeah, he called them the dark brothers in there.
Yeah, so I was just not listening to that the other day, and I know you said something about that. You been talking about that, so that's nothing new.
Hmm.
So what you think will happen to them people?
Hopefully they be hit with a soul splitter so they can't reconstitute. That's what I hope happens
Soul
to them.
Splitter.
But I can't tell you because whatever they earn is what they gonna get.
Yeah, from the sound of it, man, I know that they definitely did a lot of damage. You know what I'm saying? Since they been around, and uh, basically it seemed like they've been around for a long time, damn near almost as long as we have. And their only mission has been the same thing that they always been up to.
So I'm gonna give you a reference. Just Bobby Hemmett lecture, and the title was called "Spirit Artificial" with some multiple parts.
I heard you talk about that before.
he explaining exactly what you're asking about. And he explained it so clear that once you realize that he's talking about the same thing that Thoth talking about in the Emerald Tablets, which I wrote a long time ago. But when you find out we're talking about the same thing, now you can put pieces together. You can see it clearer.
Yeah, man. That's a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you, Rod. I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just listening to your lives and your Q&As. And when I first seen you come on the scene, man, I seen you you were dropping a lot from the very beginning. You was with the young elder. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I seen when you was with Brother Rich and him. But I think the young elder, you started doing stuff with him first, right? A whole body of collective work.
Yeah, we was asked by Malachi. Well, I was asked through my chief to do a Nuwabian open study group, so people would see how we show each other stuff, and they wanted me to use somebody that wasn't from the city that had the country accent because they wanted to show the inner city connection
Mm-hmm.
to the guy how we communicate, right? At the same time, we exchanging information and exposing exactly what happened across the land. So that was not my genius. That was the genius of Malachi York in collaboration with Larry Hooper.
Yeah.
So
You did a lot. You did a good job breaking all that stuff down. I don't mean to cut you off, Rod.
mhm,
You did a great job with that.
yeah. And so now the information trail is cleaning up the trail of tears, so to speak.
Hmm.
Right.
So
Because
that's where we at. That's where we at right now, right?
yeah, we
Just with the whole process and thing, just uh, going back over history. You know what I'm saying? That rewriting the wrong
hmm
that's been done to our people and everything like
yeah.
that, and the people around the world because you know I'm pretty sure it's not just us that had the effect of the damages that been done. So I'm pretty sure it's around the world.
Yeah, like they keep blaming all of the cyber attacks that's supposed to be coming up on China, and China was behind this, that, and the third, right?
Hmm.
But the People's Republic of China, which was the Communist Party, has been overthrown by the Chinese, was it Chinese Republic of the People, which is the matriarchs. With they wrote a new charter and everything in 2017, right? And most of us, we don't study like that to even have seen that. So we would never notice. This is a global restoration process. This is the culmination of a plan that was um, uh, anti-white supremacist counterfront that was discussed at the Bangdong Conference. The Bangdong Conference was stemming from the UNIA, Marcus Garvey, making global connections for us to form what's called a collective confraternity of the earthborn, right? Because only by knowing what they telling us, we can't take their word about Africa. We have to go talk to the people of Africa that love Africa about Africa. We can't talk to the English about Africans. They're not going to tell us the truth. We can't
Hmm.
talk to the French about Africans because they're not going to tell us the truth. We can't talk to the Portuguese, the Dutch, the Spanish about the Africans. We can't even talk to the Arabs about the Africans because none of them is going to tell us the truth. But when we go to talking to the Dinka, the Hadendawa, the Afar, the Hadesha, Zulu, they're going to tell us what the other people don't want us to know about them.
Right, going straight to the source.
Yeah. And they gonna tell us the part of the story they told about us and blame them is not true. But remember, while all of them telling us the truth, they gonna have people that look like us that's gonna fight fiercely to protect the lies. Because Winston Churchill said, "The truth is so valuable, it must be carefully guarded by a ring of lies." I'm here to burn them down. The ring of
Yes,
lies
sir.
becoming a ring of fire around their ass. And the only thing illuminated in the middle is the third eye truth.
It's about time, Rod.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been so sick of this shit. I mean, it's like, I'm all down for, what I'm saying, setting the balance straight, you know what I'm saying? But I know can't do it alone. And it's like with so many people that want to be like, what I'm saying, like on the sidelines or want to flip on sides and stuff like that and do some dirty shit because, what I'm saying, that's just what they feel like doing out of cowardliness, what I'm saying? It just kind of makes it frustrating, man. And it's good to see that other people is on the front line, man, and it ain't got, what I'm saying, physical or nothing like that. So it's good to know that people got a brain and they know how to, what I'm saying, use their brain and do something about anything that, what I'm saying, stands in the way.
Yeah. So I'm just following my instructions, doing my position. You know, that's just the way it go. Like I told the sister earlier, it's just family business. It's not personal. We just take family business personal, right?
Yes, sir.
Because we all got to be able to carry our weight in order for the family to be able to stand up as a collective unit, as opposed to warring factions.
Hey, let me ask you something, Rod. For the people that feel like they watching on the sidelines and want to do something to play their part, what is it some things that what I'm saying we can do or we can do that can help out the cause?
Look, the I tell all of the young chiefs, first raise your status in your family by reaching out to family members you know you related to. You never had a conversation with them. You know it's your cousin. You know you live across town, and but you never talk to him. And so you go introduce yourself. Yeah, man, I'm your cousin. I'm your Uncle Gerald's son, right? Whatever the case might be. Yeah, I wanted to reach out because I know we family, and we ain't never had the chance to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That conversation connects family, but with the heart link, the love key. And the more you do that, the more your family rank rise. Then they send you out to do the same in the community.
Yeah, I feel that, and I believe that's a possibility that could work for some people. Uh, it makes it a lot difficult, man, when you got people in your family that's being indoctrinated and
You
brainwashed, and they
don't
only
care
know
about
what
none
they
of that.
know.
Soon as you start worrying about that, you already lost. Let them be where they at. You don't want to change their man. You just want to connect
Hmm.
in mutual respect. They can believe what they want to believe, just like you can believe what you want to believe. But because you family, you just reaching out with family respect. That's all, and nothing more, nothing less. They're allowed to
Okay.
believe whatever they want to believe if they're adult. It's just that sooner or later they're gonna find out that they got tricked. But it don't have to, when you trying to get to know your family members. If you're going in there trying to preach to them about anything, that they're not gonna be receptive. But if you
Yeah.
just open your arms and they open theirs and y'all hug each other and y'all ain't got to say a word, sit in the room together for 5 minutes. But the whole point being is you just acknowledging the link by family. This is how you
Okay. So My bad. Go ahead, Rod.
This is how you build in them connections, right? You need a car, you got an uncle that's a car dealer, but because he believe in the church and you believe in the mosque, you can't call him and talk to him about a car because y'all got a difference of religious belief. That's foolish to me, right?
Yeah.
But we are quick to take up other people's fight against our own family. That's not my fight. I didn't write none of their doctrines that they believe in, so I'm not responsible for them. If I want to be responsible for me, then I just let them know, look, whenever you need me, if my set of skills can help you, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, so after making those connections with like families or whatever like that, uh, I mean, I guess it seemed like you just saying like come together and use which each individual is good at to. I guess you have to create some kind of idea first, you know what I'm saying, and use the people around you that you know what I'm saying is qualified to do certain things to
Yeah.
make it happen.
So at that point, this is when you're ready for your tribe to build this village, but you ain't there yet. You trying to put the cart in front of the horse. You want the end game before the game starts, right? It's a process. By building up the family connections, you get to learn who's good at what anyway. So when it do come time for y'all to do like the Autobots and form into a Megabot, you already know what to do, which gonna make you have to automatically be the leader. Whether you want to be or not, your qualifications for the function make you responsible to hold the job according to the ancestors. It say he who knows must lead the way.
Okay, so I'm assuming once all of that is established with people and you know the people that they around that's like a fraternity or like a family, right? Um, and when it's all said and done, you know, with this whole process of what you got going on with the you know the mothers and you know sisters and whatnot and the brothers and all that for the I don't want to say reconstruction, but you know like the putting everything back to how it once was worldly, right? At one point,
Mm.
you talk about the matriarch, so bringing back the matriarch and all that, and bringing back the restored balance of mankind, humankind. I guess everything within the family is already be established already at that point, so it'll probably make like a fast adjustment to the new changes that would come about. Is
It's
that the
gonna be
game plan?
everything gonna take place naturally. If you just do the parts you know how to do, you don't worry about the parts that's not in your sight. Somebody else gonna
Uh,
be doing them parts. It's just when it's time for you to bring your part of the pie to the table, you just got to be willing to do it. But you do what you already know is right, and that's going to elevate you to the position where you can know how to use your skills best. Write your own resume. Everything you know how to do, no matter
mhm.
how small it is, if you can remember it, write it. And when that happens, guess what? You know what you're training for because that's your job description in your life.
Yeah, man, Rod, I really appreciate it, man. It's been an honor speaking with you, man. I've been watching you for some months, man. Like for a while now. You know what I'm saying? More than a month, some months, but you know what I'm saying? I've been watching for for at least a year, you know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
close to it. So like I say, man, you doing a great job. I know if people take the time out to listen to you and really pay attention to your message, man, it's out there, man, and you definitely got a lot that you put out. And I learn every day. Whenever you drop new stuff or come on live, man, I'm always here, man. I'm
All
tuning
right.
in.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. All right then, brother Rod. Take care now.
All right. I'll catch you later. Dr. Nolly Carbon.
Chief,
Peace, God, peace. Like them dreads, boy.
you already see that's what's on the buildings, man. You already know what
Yeah.
time it
Then
is.
that clown talking about show me some poofy hair, and he looking at that in the paint.
Hey, Chief, man, I just want to say this to all the young brothers that's out there, man. They in struggle with this shit. You feel me? They know who they are. My family is from Louisville, Georgia, and on my father's side, rest in peace to my father. He committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause the how he did it, when nobody imagined that shit. My old boy, he went in the truck and he put what you call a generator in and inhaled the gas. He was a military man. You know what I'm saying? But to get this message out, man, and to be clear, man, listen, just like the brother was saying, he's going through it with his family and they indoctrinated. Don't fight that shit, y'all. Cause look, I'm outside of my house. My wife won't even let me listen to nothing like this. I'm on Taj, I'm on everything, right? Man, I be telling man, I told my job about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't hold my shit in, bro. I lost my job behind this shit, dog. So it's been a struggle, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, listen, fellas, man, y'all young men down 22, 23, read them civics books, man. Read everything you can, man. Understand this stuff, man. Listen to OGs like Rob, man, because they ain't doing nothing but telling y'all the truth, man. Y'all gotta have to benefit for yourselves, because how they work, they want your time. And if you get them your time, your ass out of there, bro. I'm 38 now. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm talented in music. You know what I'm saying? But you try to fight that battle a different way, that way ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Don't battle your wives about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just let them be who they are, man. Just get somewhere you gotta hide. Fuck it, do that shit, man. You got to get through somehow. Do that shit, man. Because it's like they gonna try to keep pushing you to the back, man. And like I say, that time shit is gonna fuck you up, man. So if you young, 22, 17, learn how to do everything you can, man. Benefit your life and listen to brothers like this. You know what I'm saying? Taj, you got Top Cats, you got Dane Calloway, man. Buy their book, support these men. You know what I'm saying? He like Rod, he don't never drop his cash up. You see his shit ain't on there right now. He ain't for that shit. You know what I'm saying? He just want y'all to recognize that shit. My family, they ain't accept the sharecroppers agreement. That's why they had land. You know what I'm saying? On my father's side, they got a damn waterfall on that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to keep talking to try to prove this shit to these people, man, and make them understand who we are, man. We already know who we are internally, man. So just keep stepping and living in your righteous self, man. Live in yourself. Be with your energy and don't give your energy to nobody else, man, because that's what they try to do. They try to make you mad and shit like that, and angry to the point that you can't even get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Get your shit together. Listen. I've been gone since November from not working. My wife, she working. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? God has always provided. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers broke in my car after I lost my job. We got a new car still. You know what I'm saying? So I'm living proof of that shit, dog. I've been paying bills. Money been coming out of nowhere, dog. Last week I got 2 checks. Motherfucker said I paid too much on my bills. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta stay up, man. You know what I'm saying? Rod, he keep talking. Taj, he keep talking. You know what I'm saying? All the brothers, top cats, they keep talking. But if y'all ain't gonna do nothing to try to benefit from that shit, try to make yourself be creative. What I mean by saying have these young kids, you know what I'm saying, invest in all that coding and learning how to make video games and shit, all that. Let them do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's gonna come out of that shit. Let their creativity be so big that they can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta read them laws, man. You gotta understand them legalese, man. I've been to prison. I done did that dope shit, man. Y'all young niggas don't do that shit, bro. Let that shit alone, bro. If you gotta get you some money, but just stay the fuck out the way, cause motherfucker next door to you gonna tell on you anyways. I know about the shit, dog. Y'all boys gotta keep yourself together, man. Try to stay on top of this shit, man, because they gonna try to throw something at you that's gonna try to keep you down, man. Y'all, man. Even you young ladies, you know what I'm saying. Try to get a clear understanding of your dude, you know what I'm saying, and not be fighting and stuff like that, man. Just be good, man. because we all in here, we still here, we ain't going no fucking well. You know what I'm saying? They can't do nothing to us, man. And that's
I told him.
I'm gonna clear the flow right there. And I respect you, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
appreciate it, God.
hey,
Hey, look,
God, that
any uplifting words to the youth, man, I'm with that.
yeah, man. Listen, man. When I seen that Conjure Boys, boy, it was it, boy. Boy, that shit was it. Boy, that shit tough, man. And Rod got one about that egregore. Y'all need to be paying attention to that shit too, man. Cause you got to learn how to make your egregore, man. And that's gonna help your children flourish, man. About that egregore, man. Y'all gotta have like be some stand up dudes, man. You know, my lady. She ain't with it, you know, she in the church, you know what I'm saying? But I deal with it on the ways that I can. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let her, you know what I'm saying, push me out of my house or make me like, oh, you gotta get out of now. Nah, I'm still be here. I got my key, you know what I'm saying? I got my family, I got my kids, they in there sleep, man. So fellas, you know what I'm saying? Tighten it up. You know what I'm saying? If you whatever you got to do, let them know, hey man, this is what I got to listen to because this is my history and these are my people. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your people down. And there's one more funny thing I want to say too. When we got our new car, guess where it was from, Brad?
Where from?
That bitch came from Tulsa, Oklahoma, dog. Make that shit make sense, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
God be
Black Wall
talking to
Street
me,
night.
dog. God be talking to me, Chief. God be talking to me, man. You know,
Keep
Big Mama be
listening.
out. Yeah, big Mama be out there talking. I just gotta, you know what I'm saying? I just move whatever I got to do. Even if your ass got to walk, man, just go on and get that job or whatever you got to do to make some type of income. Because it's all about having cash flow, fellas. You got to have cash flow, man. But I'm gonna clear the room. You know what I'm saying? Let you get somebody else in, G. Just
All
save
right,
it so I go and record it, and then I can put it on. You know what I'm saying? We spread this word, man. Cause
for sure, for sure. Share anything
yeah.
you see on my page, brother. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I appreciate you coming up.
All right. One.
One. Miss Poetic. Oh, they ain't letting you up, sweetie. They letting me know that you tried to come on, but it's not putting you on. Okay, let me untitled, unfiltered. Let me see what happened with you. Untitled, unfiltered. Yeah, why I won't let the sister up? I, I can barely hear you. Oh, you got that headset on.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can hear you now. I,
What's going
I
on?
can, I can hear my feedback too.
Oh, yeah, you can hear some feedback.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna take the headphones off. All right, all right. How about now?
Sound pretty good. Yeah, it's better.
Oh, this is a really cool birthday gift. It's actually my birthday today. I decided to tune
Well,
into your
happy
live.
solar return, God.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What's on your mind today?
Uh, a lot of things on my mind today, actually, but um, just I'm gonna follow the line of conversation you were talking to everybody about today, and just like what's going on the land and stuff. And me, I'm a Jamaican Maroon. I was born in a kampong, and we have a lot of stuff that's going on there. Like um, I just wanted to hear your opinion on what's going on the islands. I know you talk a lot about mainland America, but in the islands we got a lot of stuff going on too. I know you know about the Maroons and everything that's going on in our tribe. So my name translates to chief. My name is Nkosi. It translates to chief, master, lord. And so, you know, the stuff that's going on behind the scenes in my tribe, it's affecting, you know, a lot of stuff that's going on in my life even. So I just like wanted to hear from you about like what you know about the islands, what's going on with the righteous people of the island that come out of these tribes that have to suffer the family curses. Um,
Well, the one that we recently broke that was most important was the Haitian Revolutionary Conjure. The reason it was still open is because when John Dessalines rose after Toussaint and the Bookman was gone, he sent soldiers to fight in the Gullah Wars. So if you go back and look at the time frame of Haitian migration, they went to two directions. The sisters went to New Orleans, and the soldiers went to Florida to fight in the Gullah Wars.
yeah.
And Bookman was a Jamaican, but he was in the island of Haiti with Toussaint, and they opened the conjure because he was the one who looked the devil in the face and the only human in recorded history to do such and accept his challenge to fight this war. Wherever the benefit that Haiti get, Jamaica get as well. So now that that's closed, the tribes in Haiti are struggling to restore the tribal jurisdiction on the land.
Oh, that's that barbecue stuff, right?
Yeah, Barbecue is the son of Dessalines. He is the descendant that embodied the most of Dessalines' energy. So he becomes responsible because beef is inherited to pick up his grandfather's fight and bring it to the conclusion that it would have been had we not required their aid and assistance in the Gullah Wars. All tribes was called, and all tribes sent people to fight in the Gullah Wars. And this is why they call us Seminoles. The root word is semi, which means half or mix. And it's a Latin word, is Seminoles. They translated or told us the translation mean runaway slave. It don't mean that, right? And so it was because of the admixture of clans fighting the Gullah Wars that they gave them the name Seminoles, meaning that they mixed up. It's a whole bunch of different kind of people.
Right, right.
Right. And so Haiti is the pivot point for all of the islands. Because during the same time they was fighting in Haiti, they was fighting in Jamaica.
Right.
Haiti sent assistance to Jamaicans to fight conquistadors in English. A lot of us don't know that, but the Jamaican hierarchy know.
Yeah.
Right.
For real.
They also know that the Cuban Revolution was successful because of the calling forth of the three kings. In the Cuban Revolution, the three kings that they used to break the conjure off the island was Camilo Cienfuegos, Fidel Castro, and Emilio Che Guevara. Because they were successful with the Three Kings conjure, they was able to overthrow Batista and the mob that was exploiting the people from the island and was not doing anything to benefit any other people. The only reason why poverty exists in Cuba is because from the time Castro and Che Guevara took power, the CIA shot down Carmelio plane over the Atlantic. And so they put him under sanctions um, as communist sympathizer island, right? And so they haven't been allowed to trade with the outside world since the 1950s. This is why of their cars is from the 1950s.
Right.
Right? Now, Castro was able to get vehicles through his Russian connections for the political hierarchy, and that's the limousines you've seen them ride. But for the most part, they're not allowed to trade anything on the open market. Then remember, in Grenada, America, CIA sent operatives in to assassinate Maurice Bishop. Right? Maurice Bishop was rising up from the people with the people's interests at heart. And because he spoke the way he spoke, he sounded like a Grenadian Malcolm X. America wanted to silence him, and there's CIA reports where they were saying in the background that they didn't want Maurice Bishop to become an influence on us on the mainland. And I think he did a speech at the UN talking about it around that time. And was the straw that broke the bull's back. They say this Negro got to go.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
That to us.
So the islands is instrumental because those are people too. They was at war the same time with us. The war got to come to an end.
That's right.
And it got to have a final, definite conclusion. And this is where we're coming up on.
You know what's funny? The right people is rising up from the tribes at the right time, in the right condition and mental state. You know, like I gotta say, you really helped open my eyes at a pivotal time, because I remember I was listening to something you were on live about a year ago. You were talking about Oklahoma, and you mentioned being 5/5 realized versus being 3/5 compromised. And you know, like I said, it's my birthday today. I'm born on the 5/5, and I had to sit down and think that day. It was like, oh wow, this is how, you know, God sent me a message so I could like help me wake up, bringing some piece of information like that to me particularly. That was part of how I was able to see certain things clearer. And you know, I really appreciate that, because some of this stuff is super obvious, but it's not obvious. You know, you have to like
It's
take
there.
your time through the info. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's there. But if somebody pointed out to you, you'd be like, "Oh shit, I seen that. I didn't even know what that was."
That's right. And here I am on another 5/5, and I feel more 5/5 realized. And I'm actually talking to you. How crazy is that?
That's called a turnaround. And 55 means turnaround.
Turn around.
Yeah, 5 means to you changing. 55 means changed, and 555 the change is complete.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a meaningful shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like that shit actually. You know, that's all we could do for each other. Just help each other get to the finish line. You know. So I appreciate you helping me get to the finish line. If I could ask you one more question though,
Mhm.
you talk often about dirty Moors, or you know, the other side. Now, my question is a little specific to my scenario as a indigenous Jamaican, because we live in a tribe that's away from mainland Jamaica. Even you know how it is. So with what's going on in these communities, I understand even in my own community, a lot of the stuff that's going to fall, and I can even see it falling. Um, but are these tribes that are, you know, they survived the colonizer program in a sense, as like they still are a constituted tribe, even though they're corrupt, right? So do these tribes also fall, or do they serve as an example for how the rest of like the mainland populations can begin to organize in the new tribes? Do those tribes fall, or do they be reformed and end up like being an example for what's next?
We had the final cleanup. So whoever ain't righteous and by heart and by awareness, and you can tell because wherever peaceful country to discuss solutions to the problem, they come in with the intent to disrupt the discussion with meaningless bicker and chatter.
Right.
They want to challenge everything that don't mean nothing. Right? They pick menial pursuits like afros instead of dreadlocks. Right? We use all of it. We used all of it. We had dreadlocks, we had afros, we had braids, box braids, we had artificial hair. We had all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So for somebody to just latch on because they don't see an afro and assume that the dreadlocks is a braided straight hair, they just a devil.
Right.
They picking up a menial argument that doesn't bear any true weight on the resolution.
Yeah.
They reveal themselves by their own ignorance.
Right. Right. So then, do you think that a righteous person, right, like a righteous man that feels called, do they enter the tribe game to get leadership via the tribe, or do they start something different?
You born into the tribe game.
That's, you telling me.
It's your look. If it's your blood right to take charge of the family, you're gonna be shuffled around all of the family members for examination.
Mm.
Nature is gonna use the system that's in place to get you to do the thing you need to do in order to fulfill your destiny's purpose. We gonna think we live in life. We not gonna notice in our younger years the spiritual implications to the life we live in and just assume that we live in life and we still gonna be driven by nature using whatever system is current to develop us to the position to take the lead of the family when it's our turn.
God got it. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's just the thing I think about, but I hear you.
Yeah. So, but it's good things to think about though, because if you're not thinking about that, then you're probably not the one.
That too. That too. And that's the thing. You gotta know the voices to listen to. God didn't bring me Rod Hayes and Taj Tariq Bey content before I could hear it. It got to me when I could hear it. So you're right. It's just happening in nature.
Yeah. So I didn't just come on my first social media platform and have 1,000 people watching. It did never happen like that. What happened was I stayed diligent, revealing information that other people wasn't revealing with receipts. And it got to the point where I could not, my presence couldn't be denied. Who is this motherfucker? Where he come from? And who taught him? They want to know because the shit that he's saying with these receipts, this don't hit the same as that other shit we was getting before.
Right.
Right? It's a process. The fact that you becoming aware starts to make you more deliberate in your preparations for whatever your purpose is. You start asking the leadership questions probably because you was intended to be a leader. But because what they've done to our leaders, that's the last thing we want to do. I don't
Right.
want to be the lead. I don't want to lead these niggas nowhere. But what I can do, my cousin Ray used to tell me, if you can't help them, at least you can hip them. I can't help you with the game, but I can show hip you to how it works. And once you know how it works, if they fool you, then it's on you.
Right. Yeah, that's heavy stuff. That's heavy stuff. But we cut from that cloth. So it's crazy how it all unravels. You've forgotten more stuff than I could, hope to grasp at right now. I'm trying to build up to a full understanding, but the way things are just unraveling, it's just the ones that we lost is what hurts my heart. Because not everybody's gonna make it in this lifetime that we live in. So
Even though it hurt our heart, we got to remember, if we didn't lose the ones we lost, we wouldn't have seen the progress we was making.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have revealed the enemy within.
Yeah, that's
Remember,
point.
COINTELPRO is a government operation. But most of our leaders that was not murdered by anybody that don't look like us. The only exception is Martin Luther King and Medgar Evers. Clarence 13X, they looked like us. Malcolm X, them niggas looked like us.
For sure.
Noble Drew Ali, them niggas looked like us.
So, that one hits home because that whole Morris science stuff, that's all about. We have that where I'm from, and yeah, all I could say is, in the tribes, family dynamics is real treacherous. So you learn about the enemy close to you real quick.
Yeah, yeah. It's also Fredo in Godfather. He wanted to be the Godfather, but he's not wired for the job. If you're not wired for the job, you can't carry out the function. He didn't have the intelligence of Mike. He didn't have the fiery drive of Sonny, but he wanted to be the one that his father left it to. He was the least qualified of the brothers. And Sonny got murdered, left nobody but Michael. You see? It's all in the family dynamic. And then what Fredo do? Got tricked into setting his brother up and was too stupid to see the setup.
Man, that's, I could say that I've seen these parallels play out in life, in my life, and the people close to me. It's unbelievable.
I got this channel I watch on YouTube called Culture Mafia about analyzing the Godfather. And then, and when I be watching it, I be like, dang, I thought I was the only one paying attention to that shit. But
It
yeah,
is like the mob. You're right. The way this stuff plays out, it is like the mob. We born into it, and we don't know any better. And our heart is actually a different posture than a lot of the people we are around, and they see that before we see it. So we're playing a game of catch up, but we got like the ultimate phone a friend because we got that link to the higher power. So it is a crazy, mob mentality kind of environment that we are born into.
look, the mafia mean the family.
Right.
The family was under a leadership called La Cosa Nostra, right? They originated in Sicily. The strategic acumen of the Sicilian is the hereditary bloodline of Hannibal and his generals. All of the offspring of Hannibal's army in Italy was rounded up and shipped to Sicily. And that's why Sicilians is darker than what they call Neapolitans, mainland Italians. So when you know the history of the world, they can't trick you with the BS. Because now you know what you're looking at. The way that the mafia was set up was based on the Roman legions. All roads lead to Rome. Who in Rome? The Pope.
Right.
Who did the Queen Lizard bitch tell on? The Pope. Who did the board of the International International Monetary Fund tell on? The Pope. The board of the World Bank, who they tell on? The Pope. All of the remaining royal families in the smaller, lesser countries of Europe sitting there as so-called kings and queens, they all told on the Pope. And the Earth Alliance got the shit on video. And guess what? The Pope told on the bitch in the basement.
Man, this shit just crazy, honestly. Like, you know, it really puts in perspective just how powerful the Most High is. That all this could be orchestrated, and there be a higher power in control. You know, this is, you know, one of the things I will say though is I'm seeing a little bit of a shift. Like for me, I was always trying to pursue an understanding, but now it's kind of like I'm just sitting back and I'm just in awe, just watching, just trying to, like, you know, stay in character, stay in alignment. But it's really now at the point where I'm just like, I'm just watching in awe, and you know, I get to, you know, really be in that space of just gratefulness, because obviously we're blessed, obviously we're highly favored. Otherwise, you wouldn't have walked through all this fire and not got burnt.
Oh, we got scorched a little bit though.
Yeah.
we
My football.
got we got scorched a little bit, but here's the thing. We didn't know that when they was doing the stuff they was doing, it was to prevent one of us from saying something. That's not gonna stop me from telling my people who did what.
That's a good point. It amazes me how many people have a lack of faith. And that Bible verse, it like hits me a bit harder now. It's like one of the quotes attributed to quote unquote Jesus Christ is, you know, and even the circle 7, I read the quotes of Yeshua, and it seemed like it was in alignment. It's like one of the things he said was that he was just simply shocked at the lack of faith. And I get that. I'm also looking around amazed at how many people lack faith, despite the obvious, you know,
It
work.
it it, it you know why it don't faze me? Because people have had faith in Jesus for 2,000 years. So they put their faith in something else. It's a waste of time. I've been waiting 2,000 years. Why would I put my faith in the truth?
Uh,
I'm gonna ride this lie out as long as I can, and if it fall through, then I'll put some faith in the truth.
hey, walk by sight, you know. I see it. I see it. But yeah. Listen, I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I definitely know a lot of people want to get in and talk to you, so I just appreciate the you know, chopping it up. That's a great birthday present that this worked out. So just appreciate everything you do, and like I'm gonna send you a message. You don't have to, you know, spare too much
Yeah,
time on.
I try to answer all my messages as best I can. Some of them it'd be too much to type, but if it's something I can answer easy, real quick, I
Yeah,
answer.
just
Otherwise,
tribe shit.
otherwise you might get a thumbs up.
That's all good. That's all good with me. I know, you know, life,
Yeah,
but some tribe shit. You know, sometimes just, you know, be thinking. That's all.
yeah. All right, Chief. I appreciate you coming to talk to me.
Appreciate
Chop the game up on your birthright.
it. Appreciate it. Shout out to
So,
you.
all right, all right. Okay, now you go back. All right. Can I get a thumbs up? See who coming up next. I'm gonna try you again, poetic. See what they do. It's saying you in here, but you ain't up here. Okay. Ashley won't let you up, sweetie. I got you on here saying you here, but you ain't here. Try it one more time. Where you at? They said, I'm trying to let you in again and see what happened. They said they could see you, but they couldn't hear you. I can't see you or hear you. There you go. You don't got no sound. Try to. Can you hear me? Check your mic and see if it's a line through it on your screen. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let me try somebody else. That's Instagram, and they don't want me to talk to certain people. They be doing all kind of crazy shit.
Oh, what up?
These Chief Peaks, what's going on with you?
Man, chilling with the three kings right here, man. Got young Dasani Shakur right here. Dasan,
That's what's up.
other son over here knocked out. Let me show you Drill Maru. Hold on. It's funny too, because you inspired me to name him Drew too. Maru came to me in the hospital, but you feel me? Let me find him real quick. He don't win this. He don't win this Maru. But no, Unc, I just like I said, I wanna.
What's up, little man? What's up?
Yeah. But Unc, man, again, I just want to say, man, for the appreciation, man. Like I said, I don't watch. You know, you and Elder done dropped over 200 vids on the YouTube. You feel me? I done been locked in on every one of those. And like you said, when you a chief, you got to go get the learn. You got to get the knowledge. You feel me? And it's so crazy. You came. I put on your. This is probably like 2.5 years ago. I put it on live. I'm like, yo, you the final teacher. But I wasn't saying like it wasn't no more teachers coming. I'm based on like just far as the knowledge that needed to be said, far as us being, you feel me, indigenous to this land. Because this shit was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. I promise you, even when you start talking about the Trail of the Tears, in third grade, I started learning about that, right? I cried.
Yep.
I cried, and I swear to God. Now you want to say what up to Aunt?
What's up, man? What's going on with you?
He pointing at his brother. But
Mhm.
yeah, like I said, when you was going over the Trail of Tears, man, I cried. You know, it was you just gave me full recall, total recall, and it's so crazy. I did a project in 8th grade as well. You feel me? On my father's side, my father died when I was 6 months. You feel me? I don't really talk to my family like that, but you know, they got some paper. You feel me? Like she a doctor, and her husband is a lawyer. So we ain't do the what is it called ancestry. We did our genealogy. Like she spent like 12,000, so we could really find our roots, right?
Mhm.
They got real long money, so that 12,000 wasn't nothing. You feel me? So I did this project, and this was the first time I ever heard of me being an Indian. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is the first time I ever seen it. You know, from the beginning, even when I was in third grade learning about Egypt and all that shit, we was told that we was African. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like the whole
Mhm.
time I was getting told that narrative, Unc, I swear to God, something in my soul was like, nah, that shit ain't right. And like I said, I done had so many past life regressions, Unc. I could tell you 1,000 stories. Even shit, you initiated me in one of my past life for my high priest. You feel me? So even when you said you was Tahuti, like all that shit was just like I remember everything. It's crazy when you get up here and talk to you. It's like you have so much to say, but it's like you feel me, like the shit become unreal in a sense. You feel
Mhm.
me? Even when you talk to what's her name with the goddess glow up, you're live with
Oh, my dear.
idea. It was beautiful. When I tell you that day when I seen the divine masculine and feminine come together, I knew we won. You
Oh,
feel me? I seen
yeah.
the shit, and it's like now I'm experiencing this shit in real life. I just met this lady because you know now I preach this shit everywhere I go. You feel me? I'm really one of them ones. You feel me? So like once I really found and downloaded the information, I'm a real teacher and a great student as well. You feel me? So with that being said, I just met a lady the other day, and we had some shit that I can't even experience. So like right now, man, we in a beautiful time, and it's so much to say, even with the Mississippi shit. You feel me? I remember, like I said, I got my great. Let me see, they was born in like 1870, right? No, earlier, no, later than that, like 1885. You feel me? Something like that. They got married at 18, but I got their marriage license. You feel me? If I ain't had a kid right now, I'll show you. They want no slaves. They want married under no slave shit. None of that. You feel me? She got Birmingham, Alabama on it. You feel me? And I know all my roots. As far as I swear to God, the shit's so crazy talking to you right now. And shout out to all the people in the chat too. Like I know y'all the fam. Like this our tribe. You feel me?
Man, hey, look, they vibing off the energy from the little ones, man. They loving the boys.
Oh, I kept telling you to add me. I've been waiting for this moment like a while. You feel me? Like I said, this is Sean Shakur. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one day you was on the live and shit, and then I walked away and you said something. You was like, "Yeah, the Sonny man." You feel me? And this is what I call him. Naturally, that was his nickname. You feel me? And like I said, this Drew Amaru. You can see the fire in these boys. You know, this is my other son right here. He named after me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 boys, so like even on the like you feel me on the spiritual level. You feel me? I seen the 3 sons in 2020. That's when I first ran into you in 2020. You was on the porch smoking a black. You feel me? I'm chiefing with the chief. And it's so crazy. I knew you was gonna call me because I just rolled up. I said it ain't gonna be right if I ain't chiefing with the chief. I literally just got done rolling my blunt, came back in here with my kids. You see me sweat. This shit is fire. I know what time it is. You feel me?
Yeah.
I know who you is, and I know damn sure who I am. You feel what I'm saying? Even in Chicago shit, I got family in Chicago. I go to family reunions out there. So when you said that Mississippi shit, and shout out to Rashad Jamal too, and I can shout out 1,000, Bobby Hemmett. You feel me? I was reading The Living Soul, Malachi York. So when you came out saying Malachi York, I was reading that nigga when I was 12 years old. I'm 29. You see what I'm saying? So I was a different type of breed, and me reading. So when you came back and said Malachi York name, the shit was so refreshing because it's like nobody was speaking about him. And you know, I'm from Buffalo, New York. You feel me?
Yeah.
So the nigga, you know, Pharaoh from Buffalo. So I used to pull up on bro and tell him like, yo, bro, I'm like, yo, like, never, you feel me? I never, like you always said, you can feel how you want to feel. Everybody got the right to feel how they want to feel. You feel me? So when you came back later and told me that, I felt the shit 100%. But I'm like, I went to Pharaoh. I'm like, nah, bro, like, nah, that shit on Malachi York, bro. You should be able to see through that. I'm like, how don't you see through that, bro? I'm like, every one of our great leaders, it's either a sex case assassination or a character assassination. So I'm talking to Pharaoh. I'm like, bro, like, how don't you see this shit so clearly? Like, nah, man, he's sending me documents. Cause like I said, I'm one of the ones. I'm not no debate type nigga, but I got knowledge, huh? You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I say I called you the final teacher, because you finished my whole puzzle piece. The shit was crazy. You feel me? Right before you came, I was already on. You feel me? You know, that's all that banging and shit in our culture. I don't call it on some gang shit though. You feel me? But I was learning about, man. I was learning about Larry Hoover, huh? It's like everything that you said, the shit so weird. That's how I know we part of the same tribe. Because I swear to God, before I even ran into you, I was learning about all this shit. And I had made a group chat in 2018 before I even met you. You feel me? Now, mind you, I'm in real estate and shit. You feel me? So I'm a businessman as well. I can get into another stories with that. I can tell you like how I learned these terms and these legal rights and shit, and how they set us up and took our land. You feel me? So I'm fucking where I was at. You know, we smoking shit. I'll be going on so many tantrums. You know, we geniuses and shit. So I have to be like,
yeah, look, you brought up two people. You brought up Rashad Jamal, and you brought up Malachi York.
yeah.
And let me tell you, before I tell you why they use sex cases, I want to point something out on Rashad Jamal. Originally, they was trying to charge him with kidnapping his son, but because he had the text messages and everything, they couldn't do nothing.
Right.
And right then, he knew it was a target on him. He was telling everybody that the government was trying to get him, but they thought that it was the mad rantings of one of them angry black Negroes. He was telling you the truth. The reason why they use sex cases, this applies to Malachi York too. The allegation is the evidence.
Right.
Right. And they don't need to prove it if they have enough allegations, the allegations is the only evidence required. Malachi case, they created documents that went contrary to what was already on record by his medical doctor in order to try to link him to the cases.
Yeah.
Right. But then the testing, since he's been locked up, it still don't match the paperwork. This is why I said, how in the hell can he only have herpes and chlamydia long enough to give it to them kids, but he's been going to the doctor for an annual STD screen since the 70s every year, and it's not recorded in none of his STD screens.
Right.
Then when he go to court, they produce a document that ain't from his doctor, right?
Exactly.
And then once the case over and they test him in prison, and all of a sudden all of this shit is gone. I thought you can't get rid of herpes. You can't have it both ways.
I thought it was a virus.
But right, so this is what I was talking about earlier on the previous video when I was talking about because we speak up for the innocent don't mean we support pedophilia.
Right, exactly. Not at
because
all.
Brother Sanchez believed because I spoke up for Malachi York that I'm supporting the pedophile. But all the time, this goofball don't got nothing to say about the known pedophiles. He ain't said never did a video on Harvey Weinstein. He ain't never did a video on Jeffrey Epstein, but he won't do one on Malachi York. That's a motherfucking infiltrator.
Come on now.
So if you can't see through the BS, look, it's a judge named Judge Bornstein, was a family court judge for 40 years. And he wrote a whole paper on how they use sex allegations against men for divorce proceedings, family custody battles, and shit like that. And also they use them for social implications, like in Malachi case. And if I don't read the paperwork, I won't know none of this. You know, Brother Sanchez is what you call an antagonist. He's against anything that he didn't come up with. He ain't never came up with nothing original on his own.
Right. No, that's a fact. 100%. Yeah, I watched all that shit live with Paris Rashad Jamal. You feel me? You know he was going live every Sunday.
Yeah. See, people are so fickle when they tried to charge him with the kidnapping. And now the chick talking about a cult leader survivor and got a whole GoFundMe page, trying to collect thousands of dollars as a survivor of a cult.
That's great.
And anybody don't believe it can scroll down, and it's in my receipts on my page, and you can see the same one that came with the allegations. First, she tried to pin the baby on him, making him pay all his money. Then when he found out it ain't his baby, now he's a sexual predator. That don't match. Right? And look, and this is what I keep telling people. Me and Rashad, we both might be GDs, but we not friends.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? This is what people don't understand. I'm only speaking up because I know what's going on and I see through the bullshit.
It's a fact. You know, I know you don't went over this 1,000 times, so I already know. You feel me? I already know you just reiterating it for the people.
Mm-hmm.
I was making that point because it was one of his videos that really stood out to me. I watched, like I said, I'm basically a sapiosexual. I'm the intelligence. I gotta do this shit every day. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So I'm getting multiple information from everybody. Shout out Billy Cursor too. Y'all live. I think y'all did on.
That's my guy. I love Billy.
Listen, that shit y'all did on Brother Rich page. I tell y'all, the shit had my brain going through synapses. I was opening portals and the shit. Like I was going back and forth, and it was like when you said it, you was like, man, it's like me, my brother. I'm from the streets. You know, Billy more the professional type. So seeing y'all two in action, you feel me? I'm really, you feel me? Like how that was. I'm that whole dynamic because I'm still a businessman. I still throw on a suit. You feel me? But like I said, I'm from the trenches. You feel me? Like I've been born in this, but I'm a chameleon. I still adapted so I can take care of my family at the highest level. You feel me? So Man, this shit is so
Yeah.
fire.
So
It's so beautiful. And I see everybody in the comments too, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Yeah, it's a hootie for sure. I love y'all, man. Like this shit is just go outside. Y'all smell this shit. Like the change is here. The matriarch has risen. So even on behalf of that, I knew the women already was supposed to always run this shit. You feel me? I knew this shit was flipped backwards. Even when I started learning about patriarchy in 8th grade, you feel me? Because I went to a school like they knew I wasn't gonna go to college. So I went to this school where I basically graduated with a college degree. So I was learning shit. I was already done with high school in 10th grade. You feel me? So they was teaching us civics shit that you be talking about with Taj Sharik Bey. You feel me? And when you came down and broke all this shit down and talking about this shit was for the matriarchs, because like I said, man, we got to get these kids right. You feel me? You see me, I'm raising the
so
3 kings. Like my kids not growing up in this shit. We got to get this shit together. You feel me?
it's coming in. It's coming in. Like I told people before, we in the 4th stage of continuity status, the reconstitution of government, and the matriarchs is reconstituting the matriarchal government. In the presence of our enemies, they preparing the table for a feast.
Yeah,
We gonna have
man.
Mardi Gras coast to coast.
Yeah, when you said that shit, I dreamed about that shit a long time ago. You feel me? Because I said, I remember I said I was even watching Kalai. You feel me? I tap in with all. Like I said, I'm the spiritual web. A spider is one of my totem poles as well. You feel me? I can get into the owl and the hawk, but spider, I could see everybody's soul, spirit. I might not see the face, like even everybody else in the live. I could feel all of us. So when we live, I tap into the live not only just for you feel me? We getting this energy from everybody. You feel me? So the kids, the babies, and you know I'm about these damn kids. I coach and all that. But hold on, let me get Lil Sonny right here, dude. What you want? You hungry? No, your ass ain't wet. Just change it. There you go. You hungry? But like I said, with me having that, like I said, you know how we go on tantrums and shit. But back to the marriage license in Birmingham, Alabama, that started me down there. So I'm like, damn. You feel me? So one day I hopped on the bus. I went down there. My spirit called me. It's like I got called to multiple places. Why I named my son Amaru? When you told me that, I got a connection with Mexico. You feel me? That shit in my blood. I've been to Mexico about 6 times. I can't not stay. I'm about to go to Mexico on the 22nd of May. You hear what I'm saying? So it's something
Yeah.
I gotta see there for me to, because I'm a chief as well. So I gotta, we gotta do our runs, our stops. Listen to this shit. I'm having so many epiphanies because I'm on the phone with you. This shit been 3 years waiting, so I could talk all day. I know it's other people that want to get on here. You feel me? But I'm on this motherfucker. I'm like, I tapped into it. Because you was heavy on Marcus Garvey. You feel me? All the chiefs. You feel me? When you said the whirlwind speech, right? In that live, nigga, I was in Jamaica. I was in Jamaica, and a lot of niggas like even the young chief that just came on before me, or I don't know, I forgot when he came. He's from Jamaica. I'm in the trenches. I get with the people everywhere I go. In Mexico, I'm in the mountains. They look like me. They look like you. Them little niggas just talking Spanish. I can't talk Spanish. You feel me? But the shit was just, I'm seeing it. I went to Jamaica. They celebrate Marcus Garvey out there. You know, he got a parade and all that. I was out there. Then why, after you did that parade, I think that you did that shit in like 2022, I think. The whirlwind joint. You talked about it and you showed us in like a little book or something, some shit like that. No, it was Marcus Garvey's speech, and you played the shit while you was on live. I don't watch every one of your lives, every one of your videos. I can recall every one because I'm a chief. I had to learn this shit. This shit was by, I had to. The ancestors forced me. You feel me? It's been my calling since the beginning. And boom, you doing the Marcus Garvey joint. Why? I book a trip a year, not even knowing why I'm out there on Marcus Garvey's birthday. I could send you the pic in your inbox. When I tell you I had to go there and check in with him, I felt this energy. The nigga energy was everywhere. And then it was you got some Jamaican niggas that be like, yeah, we were slaves. Cause I'm riding past, they showing me the sugar cane plantations. You feel me? I'm like, yeah. I'm telling the one nigga, he like, nah. But just like us, like we all got different. We got the same information, but different in a sense. You feel me? Like, shit. I got the one Jamaican nigga. He was like, yeah, yeah, we were slaves. We got brought from Africa. You feel me? So what I do, I let people listen more. You feel me? So I let them talk. And if you say something the right way, and I know that you need to get this puzzle, or learn something, you feel me? Like I will inform you. One nigga said something. He was like, yeah, Marcus Garvey. He's like, nah, man. He was like, we indigenous from our land. We got tribes. So I paid bro like 100 American. You feel me? Bro took me into the I'm jumping off rivers inside in the mountains in Jamaica. Them niggas out there smoking weed, living off the land. This shit was like paradise. It's like the shit I've been waiting for my whole life, You feel me? I navigate in the city because you know we gotta navigate through the matrix and shit. You feel me? Like all my unks, real players, real G's, real all that. You feel me? So I seen all. I done been through every way. That's why I like this time is just the most beautiful. Like even especially with Kalai, like because like I said, I'm about to say this too. Like, you know I'm going crazy. Like I said, I had a dream about you before I even seen you come on live. You feel me? I was walking up to you. I don't know if it was a mound or a pyramid. It was my initiation. I don't know if you was walking me there, escort. I don't know if you was somebody that, you feel me? But I know that shit for sure because I blacked out. Sometimes I could close my eyes, not even sleep. You know how he is when we smoke. You feel me?
Mm.
And I could visualize. That's one of my like I said, I'm a genius, but not on paper. One of my genius aspects is visualization. I could see shit. Like I could see past life regret. I could see this shit so clearly. So one day, I'm on a bus. I'm in high school. I open my eyes and shit. I'm not even high or nothing. I open my eyes. The whole university, it's because UB, it's the University of Buffalo. The whole university turned into pyramids and mountains. The same shit how, you feel me? How Malachi and I had, I'm like, what the fuck? This before I met you. I'm in high school. I graduated 2013. You feel me? And I started having dreams about, I'm in Kemet. But I swear to God, the vibe, before you even told me, the vibe never gave me Africa. I'm in my backyard. Like I have a dream. I'm in my backyard digging and I find a sphinx. Or I dig and I find shit. Like you see, I got all types of pieces. I'm a jewelry nigga because you know the gold is the amplifier. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I got big chains. I got big unks. My wife got one. You know my other shit fell with the, feel me? All this shit. You feel me? Like, so it's just so powerful, man. Like even me coming right now. I remember one day I hopped in the life. It was you. Shout out Big Mama too. Like when you that reveal, just like she jumped through the screen, I'm trying to tell you. And then
That's
the
why
one day I remember she was
I
trying to do
keep
the
telling
bowl.
them the tribe's
She
gonna
was doing a
know.
fucking bowl steam. And the shit was quiet, but I heard everything. It's like the ancestors were singing. And I seen her. I said, yo, this shit is official. Because Chief Warhouse, I seen her in 2011 after Hurricane Katrina or some shit like that. They put her on TV. It was like I was supposed to see this shit. They was like, yeah, because when the levees broke, they had her on TV. I looked her up on YouTube before you even brought up her name. This is the first lady I ever heard. Like, we not from Africa. And I'm looking at her like, shit, she look like me. You feel me? I got niggas from Africa. My man's, one of my best friends moved from Africa to here. You feel me? The nigga from, he from Senegal. You feel me? So I was already making connections. Like even when he first came, I first met him my freshman year. I said, bro, I told the nigga, I swear to God, call him right now. Nigga was like, I said, bro, you here to bridge my gap. Like you something. Because when I seen the nigga, he do look like me a little bit. You feel me? He dark, but his bone structure, he like the only African nigga I only seen with like our features. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, we do have some Africans that came thousands of years ago from over here.
Right.
They call Hadesha people and they call Afar people.
The fire. That exactly.
This is why we call the land that they call Africa, we called the Afar Inca, because that was one of
Right.
our family clans that
Yes.
crossed the river, the Great Lake at the time, or the Atlantic Ocean, and they found a settlement location. So they in the Ethiopia, Somalia, Sudan region.
Right.
Right, that's where they settled at. The pyramids was built by Tahuti, and he left from what we call today Teotihuacan, which is Tahuti Wakan, the holy place of Tahuti.
Mm.
You know, so we got kindreds over there,
No,
but that don't mean we from over there.
exactly. Because like I said,
You
we've been
know,
traveling the waters. Yeah, for
we
sure.
recognize Africans as earth tribes.
Oh, you said that shit so perfectly because that nigga like my brother from another mother. Like, you know when niggas say that? Like, yo, bro, all the way from born and raised. He came to America for high school. The nigga looked like, I'm talking about same everything. The nigga got waves. You can't see my shit right now, but you know, I'm spinning, you know, so that's all part of the
You gotta
culture.
also remember um, um, they built that country of like Liberia. They put a whole bunch of us in Liberia. They
Yeah,
don't think because they put us in Liberia, we stayed there.
right.
Some of us went other places,
Sure.
right? So we not surprised that they got blood over here and we got blood over there. We just surprised that everybody believed that we only can look like this if we come from Africa.
Right.
And like I said before, lions come from America. How they get in Africa?
Come on now. You got a lot of
Elephants
native.
started in
Yeah.
America. How they get in Africa and
Come
India?
on. Talk to me.
Right? The leopard used to be a jaguar before it was transplanted to Africa. So it's just it's just that they act like that we didn't know the other tribes of the earth before Columbus set sail.
Like, who the fuck is y'all? Like word. That's goofy.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's why even my man's what he said. He said it's like it's so in your face. It's like it's so right there. You feel me? But that's why you can't
yeah,
have gratitude again just for putting that shit together. You definitely was the glue. It's a lot of us that speak this shit too. But like I said, the way you like how you say with all the receipts, I follow you on IG too and shit. And like now that I've been in this. Not like I said, I've been shit since your ass woke me up. Shit, really, where we from? My DNA and my shit already activated, so I remember everything. So I've been telling people, tagging them, sending them your shit. You feel me? And I'm heavy on the sun too because I remember, like I told you, I was studying Kemet since I was young. You feel me? Even before I started studying Malachi York, because I was so fascinated with it. You feel me? I remember in third grade, it's a big that 3. Like I lived by that 3, 6, and that 9 too. But third grade, we started learning about Kemet as well. And I remember the teachers like, all right, flip the page. All of us, they only taught us that shit for like 2 days. You feel me? And I used to always keep my finger or my thumb on that shit. And I used to always just flip back and look at it. You see the shit? Look.
we get offended because they textbooks don't really
My
talk
light,
about
my
us.
light dim as hell. But you can see I got the
You
whole, you
are,
feel me?
yeah. Look,
Got the matriarch on my shit. Like, you know
this,
what I mean?
this is the thing right here about their curriculum. The
Mm-hmm.
curriculum was never intended for us. It was intended for the children of Europe that settled over here.
And the Indian schools, the life was beautiful. Just say it for the people that need to
Oh
be
yeah,
reminded. Come on. I was with that.
yeah.
When you said that shit, I remember the shit. When you talked about the Trail of Tears, I cried again as a grown man because I remember I experienced that shit. I remember when they moved us. This is what I'm telling you. How you usurped us and swapped us out all the way down to the mirror flips, to the Nile, to the fucking Mississippi. It all made sense to me when I ain't had to listen to the shit twice because I was already on track. I just needed somebody to fucking pinpoint me, like, you feel me? And then not even just a bigger, like I said, I studied all the great leaders, you feel me? All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody you can think of. Shout out to my nigga Sargon, my nigga Kalai, because you Sargon and Kalai is who I'm tapping in with right now. Of course, Brother Rich. Nigga, I was tapping in with Brother Rich on the House of Consciousness back in, you feel me?
Yeah.
I was a young boy. You know
Look,
what I'm saying? So,
I love Brother Kalak. Can y'all give a Brother Kalak some shout outs in the comments?
man, shout out to Brother
I
Kalai. Listen,
love Brother Kalak. Look,
man, shout
people
out.
were
It's the
trying.
sunblood and the DNA and this shit. I know, look, believe it or not, the nigga might be on here. I know he ain't, it'd be funny. Like, I'll be catching you in his joints. I'll be catching Sargon. I'll be catching all of us and everybody shit because I can see it. I'm the web. You feel me? We ain't even got a comment on because, like, believe it or not,
You
I'm not the person that comment.
remember you remember that show American Gods with a Nancy on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, played by Orlando Jones, I think his name is.
I
Look,
don't be knowing the names, but
look,
that sounds
he was
familiar. I can't put a face on
but
it.
he was the one that was talking about his children suffering and all that. And he gave that fire ass speech. Anyway, the reason why I brought that up, the character that he's playing, the Nancy, is the
Yeah.
embodiment of the old chief of the Anasazi.
Mm.
The symbol for the Anasazi, the totem is the spider.
Talk to me, You just gave me vibrations. Talk to me.
The job of an Anasazi, they're not a tribe.
Mm.
It's like a title of a position to function. Is to collect and connect all of the tribes, doctrines, and tie them together.
Uh, I love spiders. When I was a kid, I used to tell my mom I wanted a tarantula. I didn't know why to when you brought up the totem poles and I dreamed about my fucking totem was a spider. And what you saying that shit is not a tribe, it's a job. It's only a select few that get that job, Because when
It's
I tell
just
you I can
like
see the spiritual,
Hayoka. It's
I
just
can see the
like
spiritual
a Hayoka.
web, You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I ain't killed nothing in years, you feel me? Because I tapped into my higher vibration, you feel me? But it started with the spider. And it's so crazy. My sister used to play with them shits when we was young. Like I used to get mad little. Now that we get a little older and wiser, you start seeing a little downloads. Shout out to the brother that came on here and said that you say like the Most High put in front of us. You feel me? Because we all God consciousness experiencing physical realities, our own reality. You feel me? So it's like we all got this shit, but that web shit, I know it. I'm talking about dreaming about the spiders, and then when I was like during this time when you was bringing up when you first brought up the totem, you said sit down, meditate, ask spirit, ask mother. You feel me? Ask Big Mama, she'll tell you. I meditated. I've been heavy on meditation since Malachi Z. York. You know the Living Soul. I was addicted to chapter 7. You remember the Living Soul? I was reading shit when I was 12 that I couldn't understand, but I was experiencing in real time. You feel me? The Epic of Gilgamesh. I read a lot of Dr. Z. It was a point in time I downloaded so much information I had to step away for 10 years because I was still learning. Because you know how you learn some shit, you got to experience it. Malachi had me so fucked up. Shout out to Malachi. Yo, let me say this before, because you know we geniuses, so you know I'm going. See, you got your genius under control. I'm still in tantric mode where my brain, wherever I go, I gotta go. The nigga,
That's what they call
man,
from.
shout out Phase One. The nigga Phase One, bro, he don't even know. Bro, I was
Man, I
watching
love
shit.
Phase.
Didn't I tell you how one of my powers is a visionary, right? I'm a genius. The nigga Malachi York channeled himself through Phase One. If I can go to the video,
listen.
you told him that at
I
you told the nigga that. I swear
young
to God, I
elder
seen
that.
the shit. You told the nigga that the next live when you said, yo, I seen him channel the joint. The nigga did something. I remember the part so clearly. He said something. He had his hands like this. I can't even, my phone can't even sit up. I shit on the chart. He like this. He said something. Shit sounded just like, yo, shit, yo, that's Big You feel me? He said something. Then the nigga laughed. The nigga whole face changed. The nigga shapeshift. I said, because I'm a shapeshifter, so I know. You feel me?
Look, listen, hold on. I gotta tell you this. I was talking to young elder, right?
Yeah,
And
shout out Elder, man. That's my nigga, dog. Go ahead,
I
Shout
told
out
young
Elder.
elder, I say, L. I don't know if
Sounded just
FaZe
like
be
you, Water
knowing it.
Check. You seen that shit. Go ahead, I'm
Look,
listening. My fault.
I said, I don't know if FaZe be knowing it, but sometimes he be channeling Dr. York. Pops be talking to us using Phase One.
The nigga left the prison. Wherever if he not in prison, the nigga Malachi left. The nigga did the shit I said. Cause you know when and me, I'm a heavy intellect. I'm like you, Phase One. I'm like, you feel me? And we all got the knowledge. It's all DNA. You gotta just open up your genes when you get to that level, you feel me? But you know, once I first watched Phase One video and I know he started calling out certain names, and you always said, cause you got that mind, you said, yo, they got the right to feel how they feel. And I remember you came on the live and this is the day I was like, no, this nigga different. You ain't judge the situation, none of that. You feel me? You just let FaZe feel it. And you was like, yo, because I felt him. I said, FaZe is like, because the nigga Malachi was like my pops too. So when he came on there feeling the type of way, like how niggas ain't giving pops credit, like where pops go? I'm feeling him 100%. So I'm like, when he bringing up names, I'm like, man, he don't even, I'm like, I'm in the comments. Like I said, I don't really comment a lot. I just sit back and listen. I'm in the comments on Elder shit. I'm like, Elder. I'm like, listen, just tell him to watch Rob videos. I say, Rob brought up this nigga since day one. The Free Larry battle cry, but nigga, after that, it was always free the rest of the Chiefs. It was never just free Larry. You feel me? So, motherfuckers know. Like, FaZe know now. You see, he don't talk about that shit. But shout out FaZe, that nigga. You feel me? What he did for Black History. Ain't no Black Hit. Yeah, like, this shit is
Listen,
here, huh?
I told him that's why I didn't get offended. I say if every one of the Nuwabians was moving from York like FaZe was, he'd already be home.
Man, what? Real general status, dude.
He'd already be home. So how am I gonna go against him when I'm respecting his swag? I'm respecting his position. I'm respecting
That's it.
who he is, and I'm hearing the master teacher speak through this kid. I can't be. I'm an elder. I can't be mad at him. I'm listening to what I'm listening to, but no nobody else know what I'm listening to. He supposed to be the way he is. If he was any other
Go back
way,
in the room.
then
Go back
he
in the room.
wouldn't
Shut
have the
that.
level of respect he got. You know
Right.
what I mean? He
Swear to
had to
God.
be wired that way. Malachi need them soldiers. He need more Phase One. He need a couple 100,000 of them motherfuckers. It ain't enough Phase Ones in the Nuwabian nation.
That's a fact. You know, it is so crazy. I went through every fucking right. I like to call it rite of passage. You feel me? But I was definitely heavy on the Duwapi. I don't really claim shit because I feel like my real job is the spider shit that you said. What is it called? The Anasari?
Anasazi.
The Anasazi? Why the fuck I heard that before again? Like when you
Just
just
look
said
it
it.
up. Look, I'm about to bring one of the sisters up, but look up Anasazi, Anszy.
Yeah,
Or
bring one of
is
the
it
sisters up. We need that feminine energy.
ANSAZI, something like that. But when you go to images, you're gonna see spider shit all through it.
I already see it now. I'm about to go check it out. Yo, listen. Bring the feminine energy on because you know we always got to get that. Yo,
Yeah,
shout out to the
I'm
family.
gonna try to take two sisters because I'm just starting to wear down now.
Yeah, you got to.
But I'm gonna take two sisters. I want to get some feminine energy on here before I go. I'm trying to get the sister Aisha Poetic. I'm trying to get her on here, but it ain't letting her on. It say she on here, but
Yo,
she
one more
ain't on
thing
here.
too. This ain't even me saying that. It's not her. That's not her time. It's something that she gonna learn from this live or the next one. I tried to get on your live multiple times. The one day the shit straight black my screen. You couldn't hear me. It was with you. It was with one of the matriarchs. I had joined the shit. You couldn't hear. Our screen was both black. Like she got to understand it's something she got to hear. So she might have to just be in listening mode. You feel me? Because I seen her come on the line. I said, yo, take your AirPods out. She took them shits out. But yo, peace to the family, yo. I love y'all. Let her try. Yo, add me. I see y'all start. I'm gonna follow y'all back. I feel the energy. You feel me? And let's just keep doing what we doing, y'all. Just this shit easy. Just keep reminding each other. That's all we gotta do. And make sure you're going outside to get that sun, yo. This shit popping right now. No cap.
For sure. They sending in the codes. All right. Peace, guys, and thanks for
Peace,
coming
peace,
up and
peace.
talking to the people,
All
man.
right,
We
y'all. Y'all,
enjoyed your
yo,
presence.
for
Yeah.
sure. Already. Peace.
Okay. Is it another sister want to come up? Because I've been trying to let this sister up, but they won't. I'm gonna try one more time. I just invited you again, and it ain't letting you come up. Okay. We'll talk on the back channel when I'm done. Is it any more sisters want to come up? Can you give me a thumbs up? If not, I'm gonna end the. Yeah, bro was lit. And he had the little mans with him. He was lit. He need that energy for them three boys too. Me or the G. I sent you the request. Really see if they let you in. Son, kids, if you come up here, you can ask about whatever you want. There's no subject matter. This is an open Q&A. So we just talking about whatever the person got the question that's asking. But it don't look like they won't let no sisters on here. I'm getting offended now. I'm gonna try again, Mia. I just sent it again. I just so it's, let me give you a few seconds, see if you can't find where it's at. So I got 4 requests pending, and none of these is coming on. Cancel that one. That one. Glam GJXO. If I can't get no sister up here, I'm about to end the live. I'm starting to get tired. But be pretty see, I just sent you a request. So now I got one, two, three, four, five pending, and they not letting none of the sisters up. It's the Anasazi, Anasazi, Anasazi. Yeah, they not letting me. They not letting me take no sisters in here. I ain't liking that. I'm starting to feel like they on some motherfucking gay shit. That's probably because I got too many invites waiting. I'm gonna try a sister that didn't ask and see what happened. Somebody who didn't even ask to come on here. Maybe they let her in. Just call me Shane. I just sent you a request, sweetie. Let's see what happened. Okay, Kimmy D, I'm gonna try you now. I'm sending you a request. Still not letting them in. You ever hear so Jordan, this your question. Let me pin it so they can see what it is. So this is the question I'm responding to. Um you heard before that the rulers were called archons. And the archons are a reptilian race from a parallel dimension that came through a stargate. They genetically reverse from us, but they don't look like us. The uh, they actually have photos of the Pope with the reptilian on Google Images where you can see what she looked like. The thing on his head, when it's closed, it looked like this. But when it opened up, it looked like the crown on the Statue of Liberty. And that's because that drag queen Statue of Liberty is actually a model of the archon that lived under the Vatican. This the mirror dimension, mirror verse archon. In 2020, she was beheaded with a soul splitter sword. And that was the end of her reign. Yeah, she looked horrible. I was one of Enlil's wives. I don't know what would make her marry that bitch because she was nothing. She looked like nothing I would want to touch. From a parallel dimension that came through a stargate. They genetically reverse from us, but they don't look like us. The uh, they actually have photos of the Pope with the reptilian on on Google Images where you can see what she looked like. The thing on his head, when it's closed, it looked like this. But when it opened up, it looked like the crown on the Statue of Liberty. And that's because that drag queen Statue of Liberty is actually a model of the archon that lived under the Vatican. This the mirror dimension, mirror verse archon. In 2020, she was beheaded with a soul splitter sword. And that was the end of her reign. Yeah, she looked horrible. I was one of Enlil's wives. I don't know what would make her marry that bitch because she was nothing. She looked like nothing I would want to touch. Me and the G, I'm trying you again, sweetie. You're not letting no sisters in here. I don't like that shit there. Yeah, he is half reptilian. So go on Google, type type in Pope with reptilian, and then go to Google Images and start scrolling. She had a team with her. It was like fucking 30, 40 of them motherfuckers. And by the way, a lot of those children that was coming up missing in Buckingham Palace was being fed to them in the underground. They actually had tunnels. You can walk from the Vatican to several castles and churches in Europe without the people ever knowing that you've been there. Tartarian is just a revisionist term for Atlantis. Yeah. So, um, Instagram on their shenanigans, they won't let no sisters up, fucking up my energy field, that shit. So I'm gonna go and wrap this one up. We had a nice chat today. I'm done for the day, and I'll be back when I can. All right. So peace to the fam. Appreciate y'all coming.